day amidst uncertainties. Like local government polls in other states, the outcome was predicted, thereby reinforcing the ongoing debate on the continued relevance of the state electoral agencies. Days to the poll, Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission, OGSIEC, was under pressure from some of the major stakeholders to postpone it. Some of the stakeholders are asking the court to stop the poll from holding on technical ground. Also, there are several litigations filed against OGSIEC by some political parties over their internal crisis. Despite the pressure, OGSIEC stuck to the November 16th date for the poll. The poll has been conducted and winners have emerged, with the ruling APC retaining its total control of political structure at the grassroots level. But the last has not been heard about the poll. There are still some cases concerning the poll in courts. The conduct of the poll, in which hundreds could not vote for one reason or the other, would also be a subject for discussion on how to effectively involve people at the grassroots in governance. There are other issues like funding and whether state independent electoral agencies should be scrapped or reformed. In today's edition of Citizens Forum, we will be looking at the performance of OGSIEC and how to improve it in further polls. And to do justice to the focus for today, we have with us Honorable Donaldson Abiodun Ajayi. He is a priest, a pastor, and a politician. Good morning. It's good to have you in our studios.
Good morning, my brother.
And
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We also have a brother of the house, a veteran broadcaster, a political scientist in person of Dr. Kunle Alaye.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back here again. I feel at home.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you very much, listeners. Good to be with you again.
All right.
Good morning.
Okay, so I want to start with you, Dr. Kunle Alaye. Let's have your overview on the local government election that was conducted by OGSIEC on Saturday in Ogun State.
As a political scientist.
Oh, thank you very much. I will look at it from that angle. Thank you, Mr. Ferrari. All right. The 2024 local government elections in Ogun State, I would place it holistically on three folds, or what we call paradigm,
Right.
in the research. The very first paradigm is the pre-election period. That is a particular, the preparation towards the election. How prepared was the OGSIEC? How prepared were the politicians, the political parties? How prepared were even the electorates? Right. And the very second paradigm was the election day. What happened on election day? How did election go? Why such skirmishes? Why logistic challenges for such election that has been announced for a very long time? There have been series of reactions, there have been series of allegations, accusation, counter accusations,
Right.
that OGSIEC was tactical, it was deliberate on the part of OGSIEC, and all were review. But by and large, what transpired during the electoral process, should such election be declared or called a free and fair election? That can be characterized on the second paradigm. And the very third paradigm is the post-election day. That is what happened thereafter the election. Okay, there have been a series of reactions. APC has been declared as winners across all the 20 local governments in Ogun State, for both the chairmanship and the councillorship.
236 words.
With 236 words. So, well, a lot of people will also say that may not be too alien or strange in a way, because there have been precedents in some other states. We even see that of a very volatile, I call it volatile, I'm talking of Rivers,
Yeah.
a very volatile state whereby there have been controversy, there have been series of shenanigans through which a party that was formed, or whereby some people went to join a party less than 1 or 2 weeks, cleared all the chairmanship positions. So we are talking of Ogun State, but I'm just using that as a reference point. That has to tell you that it's not peculiar to Ogun State. It is peculiar to our political culture. It is peculiar to what Roy Macridis, a great political scientist, defined political culture as the generally acceptable view and generally acceptable system. In other words, this is what people within a system have imbibed, have cultivated their mind, their orientations. So, looking at the just concluded local government election in Ogun State, there were a series of things. I don't want us to look at it from just one angle, and that is why I've classified into 3 major paradigms. And if I'm beginning to pick or further extrapolate on some of these paradigms, you will agree with me that the local government election, the just concluded local government in Ogun State, was towards the election day, or towards the preparation, in the course of preparing for the election, you will know that there were lots of controversies.
Okay, so, thank you very much. All your thoughts. You've spoken very well like an academic. I will appreciate that. Let's bring in a politician. Pastor Ajayi, what's your opening remarks? What are your impressions?
Thank you, my brother. I want to appreciate my prof or doctor. I don't expect anything lesser from what you have just said.
Right.
You are saying it from your own angle of and from your own dimension of let me put it as your own perspective.
Right.
It's quite unfortunate in this country. One of the greatest albatross that all the systems in Nigeria have suffered is that we have been trying to critically analyze problems, trying to provide solution to it in a kind of system that we call trying to shave a man's head in his absence. Now we are talking about electoral failure. We are talking about the prospect of election that has been conducted. My very good friend, the doctor, is not even an INEC official.
Right.
It's not a politician. I am seated close to you now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a politician, I've been part of it,
right,
and I'm still part of it passively.
Okay.
What to the glory of God, I will celebrate biblical injunction, the way God sees things in the lives of man and humanity.
Right.
So I'll have a kind of mixed reaction. So, whatever we are doing here today, I want to honestly advise the radio station and any other stations, for that matter, when we want to analyze anything, let us bring the stakeholders, the active stakeholders on board. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? It's just my suggestion. Okay. Whatever doctor will say will be purely theoretical. It's part of the system all this while. But that is not to say I want to wish away all that he has said. They are fundamentally sound. But I